Hey, you like the stock market. What a coincidence. So do I. In fact, this is my reoccurring Monday real life stock review where I look at stocks that you requested and go through the analysis and see what's shaping up. Let's dive in together right now. Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Trust you're doing incredible, and today was an incredible day for all sorts of reasons. First and foremost, gotta give a shout out to my good buddy Tom, who's visiting from Asheville, North Carolina for his first profitable trade. Great job, man. He's here, traded real money, absolutely dominated it, and I'm so excited about this kid's future. He's amazing. I say kid, he's 5 years younger than I am. But this gentleman is gonna do some big things, folks. So we'll talk about the trade that he took in a moment. The SPY, incredible gap down today, my friends, and I really can't stress how bearish this gap is. Realistically, we're down 2.5%, and most of the day I was discussing that most likely we were not going to fade higher, that we might try, but it just didn't quite get there. Big bearish move. A long play this morning, didn't quite work, broke out that support, and believe it or not, actually perfectly retested low of that day. So it just broke down, S-curved, and rolled over. It was a bearish gap and go, and the bearish direction did make a lot of sense. Although, here's the hourly chart, and I do expect us to retest this gap a little bit. Because again, it is a retest gap on an hourly. We are down 2.4% on the SPY, which is massive. And with that being the case, I think we could trade back up into here and then again, roll back over a little bit. And I do think we can go down a little bit lower. I'm fine with that. I hope it does happen. But realistically, this is a super strong gap, especially since it's on a Monday. So you're getting below the low of this high wave candle on a weekly chart already. And man, that is a soft bit bearish. So your moving averages look good. Your long-term moving averages, they're kind of so far away, but the whole sell in May and go away thing, I'm happy. I'm glad that it's pulling back, able to buy back this covered call for 29 cents. So that premium was fully captured. And at this point in time, I'm just going to see if we do, again, something most likely like this. Tomorrow could be kind of cool. I'm interested to see what it does. If we gap down again tomorrow, we very well could fade. And if we gap up nicely tomorrow, we could run a little bit higher after a fast pullback. But there was a lot of movements out there in the market today. Pretty much everything that you're looking at had a massively bearish gap down. Square had a very bearish gap down today. It's down 5%. And just looking at some of these charts, ladies and gentlemen, we can continue lower. Today's gap was very bearish. Let me just make sure we're clear on that. Today's gap was very bearish out there in the market. So if you think that it's too extended and it can't go down any lower, you are wrong. It can easily go down lower, especially if we continue lower tomorrow. Here's the 15-minute chart on Square, and you can see a lot of buying in the last 15 minutes. So again, if we do gap down, it's going to continue to get a little bit ugly out there, and some bears will be trapped. If we gap up tomorrow, some bulls will be kind of happy. They'll probably take some profit. And then again, I'm okay for us to fill this gap a little bit. It is possible, but short term, over the next few days, I think I'm going to be a little bit more bearish than bullish out there in the overall market. Did have some swing trades get stopped out today, so today was a red day for me. Even though Tom made money, I did not. And that's okay. You can't win every single day. I don't expect to win every single day. And in fact, I'm absolutely comfortable losing on trades because anytime I lose on a position, that means it's one more closer trade that I can win on. CVS was a bullish swing trade that I did get stopped out on. And again, that's why it was a nice red day because we got stopped out on some swing trades. So CVS, got stopped out on CVS, lost on that one. Pinterest, P-I-N-S, got stopped out on Pinterest, lost on that one. My buddy Kyle Williams has a $25 May 24th put sale, which Kyle, you very well might get put some shares of that one, and that's okay. We also have a $20 June put sale, and I really wouldn't be terrified of owning Pinterest down there at 20, so that one looks okay. So those two swing trades did get stopped out. Beyond Meat, however, did not. This was an actual bullish trade, bullish swing trade, and that one did not get stopped out. So at least for right now, that's okay. Weight Watchers, we're going to cancel potentially at some point. We'll leave it open for a little bit longer, but probably going to cancel Weight Watchers as it kind of broke a little bit lower today. We also had a swing trade that did start working, but I got to kind of hold on to it a little bit. Maxar Technologies, ticker symbol MAXR. We're in bullish on that one. Volume looks good, trend looks good. We got triggered in today almost at the exact low of the day. So that bullish swing trade is working, which is a good thing. So I'm hoping that one continues higher. We're also triggered in on QD bullish, which again, our stop is forever away. $2 away, $5 stop loss. Trying to get in on this pullback. We might end up having to increase the stop and lose smallness when we kind of re-average our position at some point. But going to be really, really patient on ticker symbol QD. And then we did have a bearish swing trade, which did help offset some of the losses a little bit. Ticker symbol DOW. This was a bear swing that a few of us got triggered into a few days ago. Specifically on this day right here, the 9th of May, we got triggered into that one. So again, that helped offset it a little bit because it was a bearish swing trade. And it's always good to have at least one bearish position out there. But did lose on the day. And I haven't calculated the totals yet, but it's going to be right around 3 Rs and some change on the day because of some of those swing trades. And again, that's okay. Lose, shake it off, do your analysis, get on tomorrow. Because tonight, Tom and myself will be looking at some futures. We'll see if we can take some futures trades. We're going to look at some overall positions and kind of figure it out, but relatively quite happy with everything going on. There's just a lot of swing trades out there. Google, I have an iron condor on Google, 1250, 1260 for June. 1080, 1060 for July. And again, we're still pretty far away from both of those right this moment in time. But Google, a little bit on the weaker side, did close below the long-term moving averages, did close below that long and lower shadow, and the 100 simple is coming down. Folks, today was a really, really massive day. Apple was down 5%. So we're going to have some good buying opportunities at some point in the very near future. This is going to be a great time to start looking at some longer term perspectives on picking up some positions and kind of tailing in. I'm really, really excited about what we get tomorrow in the next 2 or 3 days. I'm very neutral. We can go lower, all right? And on many stocks, we probably will. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow, although it could, but I do think we're going to go a little bit lower out there in the markets, just based on the overall positions. But wonderful time to start scaling in and tipping your little toe in some longer term bullish positions. So some shares on Apple, some longer term calls on Apple could be beneficial. Disney, right? Disney was down just a little bit, but some leaps on Disney could also be viable in this particular area. Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, this is the trade that Tom played today with real money and absolutely dominated it. Tesla did close below 236.64, and the reason it was so bearish today is because you had these two indecision candles right here back to back. You had a bullish gap and go on this day, you had a bullish day on this day, a bullish day on this day. A lot of bulls were coming in, and as we rolled over, you could just feel the traders who were in bullish just hoping, wishing, praying that Tesla would go higher. Tons of indecisions on that candle, and then the gap down that happened today on Tesla was just kind of the nail in the coffin. Let me also give a shout out to Ron Demerit and Richard, who also played Tesla bearish, because this is really the one that I liked the most early this morning. Here's your 3-minute time frame on Tesla, and this particular 3-minute chart, right, traded down, had your high wave candle, retested, because it was a retest gap, so there's your S curve. And these candles had the exact same low right here. So entry right below the low of those candles, stop right above there, and your exit totally could have exited right the low of that candle for a good 1.6, 1.7 Rs on Tesla. So that really was a great trade for a few traders. So congratulations on that one. 3M bullishly did not work for a day trade either. However, still got this 175, 170 bull put spread, which is definitely underwater since it expires in June. But per Mr. Squiggles, I'm waiting on 3M to at some point bounce down here. So even though we did not get any bounces at all today, I'm going to be a little calm, a little bit patient, wait for tomorrow or wait for the next day to see if we do get any bounces, because I think there is a sharp little correction right around the corner. Even though it is, and it could be short term, I'm going to hold on and wait for that to actually occur. So that was Tesla. Amazon was also down 3.5% today, hanging around the 50 EMA most of the day. Again, gnarly gap down on Amazon, down 3%. Today was the day that a lot of the dips did not get bought up, and that is the first day in a while. Because again, we got bought up on the 6th, we got bought up a little bit on the 7th, we got bought up on the 8th, we got bought up on the 9th, we got bought up on the 10th, but we were making lower lows and lower highs the entire time. Today, the gap up did not happen. So if we gap down gnarly tomorrow on just about anything, I will be looking for another long trade. If we gap up, we'll see. We'll see how big the gap up is. Maybe a little quick sell-off tomorrow morning, and then we look for a little bit of a retest. We look for some filling of this gap. So it just really kind of depends on how we open, tomorrow. Not only on Amazon, but just kind of on everything. So if we gap up here, maybe a quick flash lower, and then a little trade higher, because I do think we trade back up, and even if it takes another day or two, we get back up into this gap before we do any kind of rollover overall in the market. So it should be kind of a good time. And Tom played a little bit of Amazon, some scalps here and there on Amazon. I think he played this candle bearish right here and got out of that candle bullish. Sorry, not bullish, but got out of the bearish trade there, and then went long right there on the bull trade, and then got out here on some calls. So bought puts, sold the puts, bought calls, sold the calls. Pretty much buy low, sell high. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good scalp. Keep an eye on Amazon. Keep an eye on some fun balances. Well, we shall see, ladies and gentlemen, but I can guarantee you on this, you do not want to miss the morning day trading room tomorrow, because Blake and Brad will be absolutely crushing it. I'll be behind the scenes, keeping tabs on everybody, sending out trades, and making sure my boy Tom from Asheville, North Carolina, just absolutely murders the market tomorrow. Folks from around the world, that's it for me. Well, let me make sure that's it. I think I have some requests for today before I just dip out. Oh yeah, I had a lot of requests. Okay. Here's ACB, Aurora Cannabis. This one also gapped down again today. High wave, white candle, gapped down. Very nice gap on ACB, and for all intents and purposes, it looks bearish to me at the present moment in time. I don't really see anything stopping it from it eventually getting down to this $7.35 mark. Even though earnings are, pretty much hours away, I don't think earnings are going to change the outlook on this particular move. Although it could, I doubt it. Had a request for NCPI, Mansfield Martin Exploration and Mining Company. This is a very easy one to trade. Ready for this? Don't. This is a penny stock, no volume, terrible pricing. Wouldn't buy it unless you want to unless it's a gamble, and that's all this is. Pure gamble. Understand that if you're looking at buying MCPI, go in with whatever amount of risk that you're comfortable losing, and I would not encourage it to be a very high number, and take that amount of money and put it into the stock, because it most likely will do absolutely nothing. Here's Chipotle, ticker symbol CMG, and Chipotle has had a good move. So Anu, who's was down here not too long ago with me as well, I think she's out of these put sales on Chipotle, and those were nice little profitable put sales over earnings. So right now, Chipotle, very high trend, just needs to rest, hang out, and pull back a little bit. The 50 EMA is its next stopping spot, as today is your little high wave bullish candle on Chipotle. So seeing if Chipotle can break this little candle and just slowly peel down a little bit lower and kind of hang out. Obviously, the cryptocurrency trend out there has been exploding, and maybe that's because of the whole China thing, or maybe that's because equities are going lower, but Bitcoin is going higher. And if you've been listening at all in any stock reviews that I've ever done when I've talked about Bitcoin, really all year, I've been bullish as it's just bouncing off the 200 simple moving average, and it's just slowly grinding. My analysis has been and will be for a while. This is a great spot to long-term buy low, accumulate and own some Bitcoin if you want to. You by no means have to, but I definitely have some. and I love this bullish move. Happy that it's continuing higher, and also have a heap ton of Ethereum, ETH USD, which is trading up a little bit and looking kind of cute. Next targets for these, for Ethereum, probably is going to be around the 50 EMA on a weekly, which is about 229.81, and that's where I have some sells open right about now, and might adjust those to sell a little bit more because I bought some more on a pullback on the hourly chart over the weekend down into here at about 184. So yeah, I like this little pop. I really like the volume. I like the new high, and I think we're going to slowly continue on some of the cryptos. Just be cautious, be careful, know how to trade these, realize that they are a chart and they trade like everything else. Supply and demand. Buy low, sell high, lock in your gains, be smart, don't overextend yourself, and I love this move. This is gorgeous. Ripple, XRP, USD is my least favorite of the cryptos, although it certainly can move. I don't think I have any Ripple presently. It just looks sideways to me. And there's some other trends that look a little bit better. I think personally this is the most over-talked about, over-discussed crypto, and everyone seems to know about this one. Everyone seems to be an expert in Ripple. And usually if that's the case, it's one that you just need to be calm, be patient. I'm not personally saying it can't do what it did again back over here. And yes, I did make some money on that up run right there, but I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just not the biggest fan of Ripple. It's just, from a pure perspective of everyone talks about this one. Everyone. If you go into any college bar in Nashville, someone's going to come up to you and talk about Ripple. And that's usually not a good thing. And very few people talk about Bitcoin. Very few people talk about Ethereum, at least bullishly. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. Maybe I'm crazy. But Ethereum, Bitcoin, let's go higher. I love it. Keep crushing it. And I'll be back on Wednesday for your next real life stock review. If you have any requests between now and then, throw them in the chat pane and I'll be happy to check them out. Ladies and gentlemen, you rock. And until then, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye. All right, friends, that's it. Your Monday real life stock review wrapped up, finished, cooked, baked up at 450 degrees for your mentally delicious brain food. If you like that, make sure to click that beautiful subscribe button. And if you like this video, there's plenty more where it came from. Click that button right there to watch more. You rock.